Before we finish 2022 year, I would like to talk about one of the biggest mistakes pre-retirees and retirees make with their investment savings and with super. And I'm not talking about it to make the 2022 being finished on a negative note, but rather to welcome 2023 on a positive note, so you can enjoy better investment returns knowing that you have done your research and you have chosen your fund well. You are not the one to listen to the masses, but you can actually make your own decisions without the pressure put on you by the government, by the super fund, by the media selling you bad news. Because we all know bad news sells, scarcity sells. But you know that you can make your own decisions. You are capable of taking charge of your own life, your own destiny, and your own retirement. E&P Chief Investment Officer Tim Rocks has detailed the biggest mistake made by pre-retirees and retirees when it comes to building their investment portfolios. Rocks said he frequently saw investors make the same mistake, being too focused on short-term performance. When participating at the Morningstar Investment Conference in Sydney, Tim Rocks said, "All mistakes come from one error, which is not having the right time frame. It is absolutely critical. No one in the pre-retirement should care about 1 year performance. We should all have a time frame which reflects the time frame we are going to need those investments, and that should be 10 years plus. And considering how long we are expected to live, that long time frame also applies in your retirement." Please don't disregard this message that seems like an obvious one. Maybe it is obvious, but it is exactly why such a message is not paid attention to. We always look for a smarter way, more complexity, more sophistication. Is it possible that simple, obvious, and common knowledge can actually work? But this is exactly the same situation as, for example, if you spend more than you earn, you will have no savings and you will continue to be in debt. Common knowledge, and yet people are constantly surprised why I have no money. If you keep money in cash long term, your savings will not keep up with inflation. And as a matter of fact, your savings will go backwards in its purchasing power. Common knowledge, and yet lots of people insist on doing it, believing that this is the way to financial safety. And this is exactly where most people go wrong. Continue the short-term focus, although the common knowledge is that this behavior is to your own detriment. My name is Katherine Isbrandt from About Retirement. I'm certified financial planner, and you are watching About Retirement TV, the place that provides you with all the information that you need to improve your financial outcomes for your retirement, whether you are preparing for it or living it already. So why am I talking about that biggest mistake retirees make with their super or savings? Well, yes, saying goodbye to the old year is a great time for some reflection, and this is mine, based on my last year hundreds of conversations with clients. For years and years, you must have heard the message, don't concentrate on short-term returns. Market can be very volatile short-term. Keep your eyes on the long-term outcomes that your fund has been designed to deliver. Don't react impulsively to the short-term downturn of the market. Stay invested. Don't sell your investments to move to cash when the market is down. Keep your investments going, as the market will recover. And if you do that, you will miss out on a market growth all over again. People who constantly do it are some of the investors that must have lost the biggest fortunes. Not only they lose money when the market is on its way down, but also when the market starts its recovery, as you will never know when to get back and invest your savings all over again. And too often, those people will reinvest money when it is too late and the market already has had its run. But nobody, even the best professional investors, cannot pick the market. So why would you even try? Look at Warren Buffett, one of the richest investors in the world, one of the best investing minds, and yet he has never tried to pick the market. He only buys high quality stocks. He is a long term holder and investor of good quality stocks, but he never tries to outsmart the market, just good old fashioned, long term, consistent investing. So, if the godfather of investing cannot do it, why on earth would you think that you can? For the last few years, our government has had an agenda to fix superannuation funds and remove those of low performance. I can understand, accept, and fully support trying to remove super funds that overcharge members for their services. But to push super funds to meet the annual performance test is just ludicrous. And now, even the biggest independent superannuation and investment research houses are confirming what I said in my very first video when introducing the whole idea of naming and shaming super funds underperformance. Please watch 8 Changes to Super. This is a year-old video that is just as valid today as it was the day I recorded it. Please listen to point 4 of my video and you will know exactly how I feel about the whole idea of naming and shaming and the idea of the annual performance test. It has already been proven by independent research houses that those super funds that have been named as some of the worst performance in one year happen to be some of the best performance the year after. All the government is doing with that annual performance test is exactly the opposite what the investment industry has been teaching us for all those years. Not to concentrate on short-term performance, but to look at returns with the view of the time frame of 5, 7, 10 years plus. By introducing the annual performance test, not only the government itself pushes members to look at returns in annual increments, which is wrong as per our previous discussion, but it also forces all super funds to be extra careful and conservative with their investment choices. As I said in my original video, good returns require some investment risk, and that requires great deal of research, resources, and time. But that is no longer given to your super funds. Everything is judged immediately. So all super funds have started to adjust to this new regime. Therefore, in order to survive, all superannuation funds started playing the game of mediocrity and not to take any risk. Therefore, you will be receiving a mediocre returns. No super fund wants to lose their business or to be named as the worst superannuation fund in Australia. Therefore, they will quietly comply with the rules, and rather than try to get you the best possible returns, they will become a placid market follower just to stay in a business and not to be introduced on a shaming list, regardless of the benefit or lack of it in your returns. So please keep your eyes and your mind open and be very selective of the information that you hear on the news, that you see in advertisements or in a newspaper. At the end of the day, it is your money, your savings, and your future. So please remember, the biggest mistake you can make is to concentrate on the short-term returns. Please stop. Accept the fact that the market forces such as inflation, recession, wars, changes of governments, have impact on your portfolio beyond your control. But that passes as long as your investments are with reputable companies, companies that have great cash flow, low debt, a great market share. Your investments might suffer a short-term hiccup, but will keep on growing over the longer term. On that note, I would like to wish you and your families a beautiful, safe, and very relaxing Christmas and a happy and successful New Year. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel not to miss my next video. And to learn more about the best ways to be well prepared financially for retirement, or how to improve your retirement if you're already there, just visit my website aboutretirement.com.au. And while you are there, please sign up to my newsletter to be well informed of all the changes that can impact your retirement. And now please watch the video mentioned before, 8 Changes to Super. Find out what changes were introduced within the superannuation environment that impact your retirement outcomes. The second recommendation is my previous week video, How is Super Assessed by Centrelink? Merry Christmas, and I will speak with you in my next video. Bye!